So we're almost done. We're almost done with this section. We got one more piece for the notes, and this will be writing a linear function. Now, a linear function and a linear equation are the same thing. All you're doing is changing the notation, the way it looks on your paper. Now, you need to remember, this says chapter 4, but it was unit 5. You need to remember from our last unit, a function is basically notated like this. And if you remember, we said f of x. That's how you say it. So this is what you put in your blank. If you're given a function that looks like this is the next blank. F of negative 4 is equal to 11. What you should realize is this is another fancy smancy way of giving you your x value and your y value. All they've done now is crunch together what we were doing in the last section in unit 5. Now, if I gave it to you just like this, you would know that whatever number inside here is the x value. So this is saying that my x is equal to negative 4. So that's the blank that I want you to put right there. Y'all see that right there? Now, the other thing is that this 11 is telling you that whenever your x is a negative 4, your f of x will equal 11. In other words, if f of x is always our y, if x is negative 4, your f of x is equal to 11, or we could just say our y is equal to 11. So again, formal way of writing a function and giving you your x and y values. Now this is important to us in this chapter because these values will be your ordered pair. Okay, these values will be your ordered pair. So let's see how fast I can write these steps, because I know there's a lot of videos and you're like, what is up? I'm just taking my time, making sure that each part is thorough so you'll understand what's going on. So we got to keep this in mind, and I'll just write this right here. This is your point. This is your point. Your x coordinate would be negative 4. Your y coordinate would be 11. That's what you would plot on your line. So the first step, if we want to write, because remember, you have to write the function, like a linear equation. So we got to go from this to y equals mx plus b. So the first thing that we're going to do is rewrite the function as an ordered pair. So how do we do that? I just showed you. You're going to get information that looks like this. You've got to know to break it up, break it down to this. The value in the parentheses is your x. The value on the other side is your y. That's your ordered pair. That's the first thing you have to do. Second thing is you're going to plot those points. I got to give you 2. So you're going to plot those points on the graph. Okay? Once you plot the points, then you're back to where we were at the beginning of the notes. Finding your M, finding your B. All right. Third step, calculate the slope. How do you want to do that? Up to you. But because, I'm on a graph, I'm going to use my rise over run. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But you know what? This is what I'm going to do. Because I use the rise over run at the beginning, I'm going to use the formula for this one. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit, okay? Then for step 4, you're going to find the y-intercept. How do you find the y-intercept? They're going to give it to you. One of these equations will have f of 0. When you see the f of 0, that's letting you know that your x is equal to 0. That's going to be your y-intercept, so you can find your b. Remember, your y-intercept is always 0, comma, b. Whatever that number is your b. So we'll come back, do these final examples. This is a final example, and you'll be done with section 6.1.